Osamoje, certified personal trainer, muscle farm athlete. Today I'm here with a very special guest, Ramses, aka Track Life or No Life, but also known as MIA Fitness. I met Ramses about
3 years ago.
3 years ago. So when I moved out to Miami, got my master's at the University of Miami, one of the first friends I made in the gym. I noticed him just because he hit legs like 2 to 3 times a week, and I was like, bruh, how do I get quads like you? Quadzilla. So that kind of started the friendship. So we're here today, about to train legs again.
Stay tuned. Watch the entire workout. We're going to be going through it step by step. So let's get to work.
The first movement we did was squat, of course, the most taxing exercise on the central nervous system. So we wanted to get it right out the way. We go in, we warmed up with the barbell, then we slowly start adding a plate at a time. Start off with like 15 to 20 reps, get nice and warm, get that blood flow going, and then again, just up by a plate. You really want to be cognizant of getting your depth with the squat. Make sure you keep that core tight. Don't want to put any unnecessary strain on your lower back. The next exercise was a reverse lunge, which was extremely challenging for the body's like proprioception, right? Because we're so used to moving forward. However, this is a movement that challenges you to really focus, stabilize, and the focus is moving backwards. Cool. Ramsey, what was the next movement?
The next movement we did, we went straight into the straight leg deadlifts. As you guys noticed in the video, we used a plate. The reason we're using a plate is to try to get a longer range of motion, meaning we're going to be able to get lower. On the exercise, you guys are going to notice we're doing a 2-second pause once we get to the bottom. You're going to get a 2-second pause, get a nice stretch and squeeze of the hamstrings and explode on the way up. Don't come fully up, stop halfway in between and then come back down slowly. Get that 2-second pause and then jump back up. First set, usually you want to go up to 20 to get that nice blood rushing through the hamstrings, get them loose, and then start increasing the weight and get 12 to 15%. So the next exercise that we're going to be moving into is going to be
the Platz Squat. All right, so up until then, the first 2 movements, just to let y'all know, we're very quad dominant. The deadlift was, of course, focusing on the hamstring, and then we're moving back to the quads. That was my personal request, just because I really want to build up my quads. So I asked Quadzilla himself to kind of show me some of his favorite movements. This movement was particularly challenging for me, just because I have tight hips. So I'm going to continue to practice it moving forward. But you really want to be cognizant of keeping the heels together, right?
Heels together, toes
pointing outwards, and you're just coming down very slowly. You're not adding a bunch of weight. Again, the goal is to establish and maintain the mind-muscle connection. All right, was there anything else you really wanted to touch on?
It's really important with this exercise, you want to focus and emphasize on sitting back on your heels. If you have, like I said, tight hips or tight ankles, problems with your ankles, I recommend for some people putting maybe like a 10-pound plate underneath your heels. That way it will give you a better range of motion. But besides that, like you said, it's very important to not lift with your ego when doing this exercise. Use a moderate weight and focus on getting that muscle to that connection.
The next movement was
laying down leg curls.
There we go. So we did supine leg curls. Again, moving back from the quads, now focusing again on the hamstring. However, we did a remix, right? So Ramses, being the psychopath he is, he does a partial rep, comes down, and then does a full rep.
That's one rep.
That's 1 rep. So again, half rep, come down, full rep, pause, that's 1 rep. And we did about what, 10 to 12 of
10 to 12 range. Focus on that tension more than anything.
Yeah.
Just really squeeze those hamstrings, get that nice squeeze at the top, and then slowly control it on the way down. Don't just drop the weight. Work with the weight, make it work for you.
Next we have the lateral lunge, right?
Lateral lunge.
Again, I think what I love so much about Ramses' workouts is that he's moving in different planes. So we're not only in the sagittal, not only in the frontal plane, we're in the transverse. Again, our focus so much is as bipedal creatures moving forward and backwards. But Ramses' workouts, he has us going to the side, he has us moving, again, which is really, really cool and really unique. So why do you do the lateral lunge?
It's a really great way to isolate one leg at a time, and we get to work on your inner thighs, which is very hard to target them depending on the exercise that you're doing. This is an exercise that you're literally just using your body weight, but when you perform it the properly way, it's going to destroy you more than lifting a whole bunch of weight. And as you guys are going to notice in the video, it's very important that you watch the way you do your steps.
So you want to keep that toe forward, so when you're stepping out, you definitely want to keep both feet facing forward. You really want to sit the hips, drop that ass, man, drop that ass. Again, I got some tight hips, so I got to work on it, kind of stretching, a little bit more mobile to really get the full effectiveness of these movements and these exercises.
So we did this 3 to 4 sets, so 15 reps each, and then we moved into
dumbbell sumo squat. So we're, feet were pointing very outwards. We had the weight like right under our nutsack. There you go. I was trying to be, you know, politically correct. But yeah, right in your nutsack, and you're just coming up that tempo. That tempo. Yeah. So focusing on the tempo. Can you elaborate a little bit on that tempo?
The tempo that we're doing with this dumbbell sumo squats is kind of the same rep that we did on the laying down leg curls. We're doing half full. So you're first going all the way down, halfway coming up, then you're gonna go back down, and then come all the way up. Working on bringing your hips forward. It's very important with this exercise. Work with your hips. Your hips are what's really gonna determine the way you target these muscles that are being trained here, which is gonna be your inner thighs and your glutes.
So then from that, the dumbbell sumo squat, then we ended up at the single leg extension. Yeah, single leg extension. That's probably one of my favorite finishers, just because it's such a, you know, the primary focus is on the quadriceps. Again, we didn't have to go super heavy. At this point in time, you know, the legs were just completely obliterated. So we're really just making the reps count, squeezing at the top. We did 15 on each leg.
1 second pause at the top. Very important.
Yeah. So the time under tension is another key theme throughout his workouts, and the results show. Again, we did 4 sets, about 15 repetitions on each leg. This is an ISO movement, so you definitely really get to see which legs are, you know, overcompensating, or which legs you really kind of need to work on. Me personally, my left leg is kind of a little bit lagging behind my right leg. So again, these are all just kind of eye openers and things that will really help you get acclimated and really heighten your awareness with your body. Anything else you want to touch on?
Pretty much, as you guys, like as you mentioned, it's very important when training your quads, time under tension, control the weight. Like I always say, don't lift for your ego, focus on the weight that's being lifted. Control your muscles with your mind, focus on the weight throughout each set, no matter what kind of exercise you're doing. Slow and control. We're not in a race. We're working to build your soul, so it's going to take time. The same way when you're working out. So keep it tight under tension, focus on what you're working out, and don't rush things. It's going to take time regardless, so you might as well do it the right way.
So Ramses, I know you got to go out to Greece real quick. I appreciate your time. Yeah, my man's about to be traveling across the world. For the people who have any questions, how do they get a hold of you?
You guys could check me out for my social media, of course, my Instagram, which is MIA_fitness. Check out my website. Hundreds of ways to look me up. You can look me up through his page. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out my Twitter. Check out my website. Just check me out.
I appreciate you.